Alright, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Sunday. Blessings to everybody in the name of Jesus the Messiah. I pray everybody is very blessed on this Mother's Day. Shout out to all my mamas out there. Man, guys, we're going to go over some Bitcoin price action today. We're also going to be going over some trading tips and tricks in general on how to become confident in your entries and profitable in your positions. So stay tuned, guys. We will be live momentarily after this countdown. Make sure to like the video, guys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure to go ahead and retweet the tweet I sent out with this stream. You can follow me at Jason_Casper over at Twitter.
Hello, I would like to get a Big Mac meal.
Alright, y'all, we are live. What is going on, everybody? Man, what a what a crazy just a crazy weekend in general, y'all. What a crazy weekend in general right now for Bitcoin. More dumpage over the weekend, and I kind of just want to discuss and talk about what exactly potentially we can expect coming in this week, because we have lost some very, very crucial supports. Shout out to everybody, by the way, in the chat, guys. If we can get 1,250 likes, I will be giving away 0.025 Bitcoin. I want to zoom out and just quickly go over this Bitcoin situation that we're in, and then I kind of do want to talk about something a little bit more psychological today in this stream, because I do think it's very, very important as we are trading these markets that sometimes, especially after a big move like this, we take a few steps back and determine what is going to be most beneficial to us as traders to get the most out of these markets, right? We do need to determine that. So shout out to whoever thumbs down the video. May the Lord bless you in Jesus' name. I pray you are super blessed, you and your whole family. So first of all, guys, we did have this very important support that we broke down from last week, and the reason why this is really such an important support is because it is this trend line from these lows right here. One tap, two taps, and then look at this, we actually held it twice as support, and then we had a major breakdown below it. And we have lost many, many important supports, and we have many resistances above us. For example, if we look at the volume that traded in this entire section here, we can see that we did come below the high volume node right here. We also did come below the value area low, meaning that now looks like potentially, although this used to be considered a fair value for the asset where we could look for longs at the low, right, and look for shorts at the high. Now it looks like we might actually be preparing now to create a new value area potentially. And we have lost many crucial supports, such as the Fibonacci levels. If we pull the fib from the swing low to the swing high, we can see that we did lose the golden pocket, which was right around the highest volume node. We have also lost the 786, where we kind of found somewhat support around here, but then we also fell through there again. And then recently, guys, we have we are consolidating right now around this fib level, around the 886, which in my mind is the last major area of support until we come down to these lower levels, such as this $31,700 level, which is much, much lower than that. And honestly, if I was going to be just completely honest, which I always try and do, I would say that losing this range right here is probably going to give us another move to the downside. And based on the weekly market Cipher B, which is giving us the famous money flow crossing to the purple, historically every single time this has happened, we've gotten another 40 to 50% move to the downside. And the next major support we have, right, if we are not able to hold these levels here, is going to be that golden pocket, which is coming in right about 28.6, well, 26.5 to 28.6. This is really going to be the next area where I will expect to find major support. Yes, there are levels here I expect to bounce, but I eventually expect to make down to this area, because that really is the next major area of support. And not only that, but it would allow us to come down to the bottom of basically this sideways market where we've been trading sideways pretty much all of 2021 and 2022, where we have a very clear low put in at the high 20s, very clear high put in the mid 60s, another very clear low put in the high 20s, another high put in the mid 60s. It only makes sense that we would look for another low to come and be put in down here in the high 20s, where we just so happen to have this very juicy confluence down here, this Fibonacci golden pocket. If we look at some of these medium-term time frames, like perhaps the daily, we can also see that momentum and money flow is coming down from here after rejecting from a very important level of resistance. So again, remember what happened here. The downtrend, right? The downtrend. Actually, no, not even the downtrend. But if we take all the volume, pretty much that traded since the Corona dump, we can see that we came up, rejected off that highest volume node, a very weak sign in my opinion. And actually, it's official now. I do have to say that we have put in a lower low right here on a higher term time frame. In fact, this just happened like very recently after I did my morning TA. But technically, the wick we just put in here has broken bullish market structure, right? It's broken bullish market structure. So if you remember, what had happened was, ever since we did come and put in this low here, we have on a higher term time frame, this is the daily, we had our low, our high, our higher low, our higher high, and we were saying as long as we don't come below this low right here, we can technically still maintain the lows, the highs, the higher lows, the higher highs. Even if we had come down just right here, we could have still put in a higher high. But we have officially now put in a lower low. And so that is also something that we do need to keep in mind. If we go to the 4-hour time frame, we can see that we're not getting bullish divergences as we come down locally. We do see some more regionally, which makes me think, you know, we can get some bounces from some of the local levels that we have around here. The 1-hour time frame, we can see that potentially we do have some slight bullish divergences that are forming. But overall, I would have to say that things are looking more bearish on a higher term time frame than on a lower term time frame, right? Things are looking more bearish on a higher term time frame mostly because of the weekly and the fact that we're actually coming down and losing some of these very important areas of support here. These very important areas of support. Let's pop on over here to the chat. Shout out to Crypto Trees. Shout out to Agu. Shout out to Jonathan Schaefer. Shout out to Memory Man. You guys, thank you so much for being here. Yes, Memory Man, the Blood Diamond told us this was coming. Yeah, everyone, call your mom and see if she'll come like the stream, because if we can get that 1,250 likes, we'll be giving away that 0.025 Bitcoin. Jonathan Schaefer says 21K is the bottom. My main targets, guys, are honestly going to be the Golden Pocket, and then right down here, I think between the, well, there's a few areas. I don't see us going lower than this zone right here. 17 to 20K. I don't see us going much lower than that. I do not. Although it's possible, I personally do not see it. Yeah, so that's kind of where I stand with the Bitcoin, guys. Right now, I am in no serious positions here. I'm in no serious positions. Besides, honestly, I'm still short. I'm still holding a short from up here at around 48K, 47 point something. I've closed out all my shorts that I took on the way down here. I've taken all the profit out of them. I'm honestly just simply holding a short from right here, and then I'm still in a small short position from Friday, and I'm still holding the long from down here, guys. It's probably about to get stopped out of the entry soon. Yeah, but I still am holding a short from Friday. This short right here. This is the short where I've already taken out about $4,000 of profit at my TP1. And this is the short that I live streamed on, when did we get this drop? May 4th. So this is the short I guess I was streaming 4 days ago. And then you can see here I've set my take profits very low, right? Because I've already made a lot of money on this position, and now I'm just going to hold it. I'm just going to hold it. I don't care if it gets stopped out at the entry. You can see my stop loss is right above my entry. And if I hit these take profits, if we do come down to 23K, I will make another $4,000 on the trade. So I have the potential to make $8,000 on this trade. And if it gets stopped out, I've made $4,000. So it's, for me, a win-win situation. As you can see, I have a very small position left in the trade. I'm pretty sure I started this thing with $300,000 on the trade. Now I only have $12,000. But that's the thing about holding trades after already taking out a juicy profit. It's like, now you can just hold this thing. You can add to it if you want. I'll probably add to it, to be honest with you, if I find a good entry. You can just kind of hold this and it'll just keep making money for you as long as the downtrend continues. And if you have multiple short trades open with a small position, those small positions add up, right? And that kind of brings me to the topic that I want to discuss today, specifically, is how to become confident and profitable in your trading, right? I recently started showing my positions live, and one of the reasons I did that is because I do think it will help people to understand how I'm actually trading in real time. Because, you know, if we are, how do I put this? There are things that we can do that help the process of becoming confident in our trades and becoming more profitable as a trader. Because, yes, by the way, all paper money, guys, all paper money. Crypto Brad wants to know how to add to a position. It's very simple, Crypto Brad. You simply come over here and add, just open more of a short here, right? Open more of a short here, and it will add to your position, but it will change your entry. So if I add it to my short right here, right, it will probably, my entry will be much lower than what it is right now. But I'm not prepared to enter a short right here because I'm honestly not really trading today, guys. It's Mother's Day, and you know, I probably, unless I get an alert and I see some very clear confirmations, I'm probably not going to enter a trade, right? But I wanted to discuss becoming confident and profitable, and I'm going to move this over here so we can see. And the first aspect, guys, that has really, this concept I'm about to share took my trading to the next level, and this has allowed me to become profitable over time. And here's the thing, I would say it's 75% psychological and only 25% technical, but this is schlonging, all right? Schlonging. Okay, why is schlonging so important? And what is schlonging, first of all? And I can see that there's an issue here with my, here we go. Schlonging is holding longs and shorts at the same time. And when I talk about this with a lot of people, they don't understand what it is, right? I made a video about this in the past, and I have had people tell me, Jason, you know, you're guaranteed to lose money doing this, right? You're guaranteed to lose money schlonging, right? I'm going to show the face here, guys. Guaranteed to lose money schlonging. And, you know, that is just not true. You can actually increase the amount of profits you make by holding longs and shorts at the same time. So, a few days ago, I entered a long trade live on YouTube, and I hit take profit 1, and I moved my stop loss to the entry. Now, during that long trade, I secured $2,000 in profit, and when I hit take profit 1, there was $4,000 of realized profit. I took out half of that, and then I moved the stop loss to the entry, and then I just let the trade ride. I didn't ever take out more profits from that trade, right? Now, the very next day, I entered a short trade from the Discord setup that I had given on the, I guess on May 2nd, where we were looking to come up to around that $39.7 thousand area with bearish divergences and take a short, okay? So I was long from somewhere around this golden pocket, I think, and then after taking half of that profit out, I entered a short trade, okay? This was the setup given in the VIP Discord. By the way, if you want to join the Discord where we post setups and levels and all that, you can go to patreon.com/Jason Casper. It's not a signals group, guys, but we do give some pretty dang good setups, and we have a great community in here of traders, right? So I took that short trade. Now, here's the thing. I kept the long open, and the long got stopped out, okay? The long got stopped out. But what had happened is the short that I opened, right, it had over $2,000 of unrealized profit. And so my net gain for that overall long and short at the same time was more than if I had taken all the profit out of my short. I'm sorry, if I had taken all the profit out of my long on TP1. So if this is a little confusing to you guys, let me kind of show you what exactly happened so that we can see exactly what was happening and you can understand a little bit better what was going on here. So this is me as I'm entering the long. Now we're holding the WAP. Now we're holding the dang WAP, guys. So the long and the short in profit, guys. The long and the short now both in profit. Now we're schlonging. Now we're schlonging it right here, baby. All right, so I had entered this long position right here. This is when I had first entered it from around 38.6, right? And you can see that later on in that stream, that trade was up over $4,000 in profit, right? I realized $2,000 in profit. And then I let the trade get stopped out. So the very next day on my live stream, I was in this short position right here, and I'm explaining why I'm holding still the long, even though the long's about to get stopped out. So guys, I am short right now. I am short. And this is my short trade. I started out with 250,000 contracts on it. I've taken out about 150,000, give or take. So let me explain to you guys what I'm doing right now, my trading plan and everything. Because if you saw my live stream yesterday, you guys saw me enter the short and the long. And by the way, shout out to everybody in the VIP Discord, because these trade setups are given in advance in the community. Yesterday, we were looking for specifically the one level that I had circled on my chart yesterday was this level right here of 38.6, where I was looking for the bounce. We dumped down yesterday, and we absolutely got that bounce, literally right from the level. And I took this trade in the live stream yesterday, guys, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and like the video if you like live trading and such like that. Now, also, right now, we are in a short position. This is a short trade that we have been looking at for a long time, because we had been coming up to a key area of resistance, which was this right here, basically the 39.5 to 39.7 area, where we had a high volume node and a lot of other confluences, including a golden pocket. My man Boyan yesterday in the VIP live stream that we do every Wednesday morning literally gave the setup to the exact dollar, where he said we were going to come up, get a little rejection, and then get a real rejection. And that's pretty much exactly what did happen. So that is the current trades that I'm in right now. So the long from yesterday, let's take a look at it. You can see I still have it open. And you might be asking yourself, Jason, why the heck are you holding a long trade that's clearly going to Sheol in a basket meant to be held in your hand? All right, I'll tell you guys why. If you were here yesterday, you remember I already made over $2,000 on this trade. And for me, in my life, I'm not a baller, guys. I'm not crypto face. I'm just a normal guy trying to pay the dang bills. And so for me, $2,000 is a good profit, right? And here's the thing. If this trade does not get, I have the stop loss at my entry. Stop loss at my entry. This is called schlonging, guys. Long and short at the same time. You notice I'm in another short trade right here. I have taken zero profit out. Zero profit out. Why? Because after I took half of this long out for a $2,000 profit, when I got a good short entry, according to the level that we had in the VIP Discord, I took a short, and now I have moved the stop loss on the short to my entry. So you can see here, my short entry is 39845. My stop loss is 39846. What this means, guys, is this long trade that I am in from yesterday, even if it gets stopped out at the entry and it's still a winning trade, I will then take profits from this short. What this allows me to do is this literally allows me, guys, to yesterday when I took half the profit out up here, right, which I did on stream. Now, if this trade gets stopped out at the entry, it can allow me to literally rewind the clock and say, okay, I wish I had taken all the profit out right here, and I can do that by taking the profit out of this short. Now, this short, let's say we pump from here and my long stays open, then the long is going to continue to make profit. The short will get stopped out at entry for literally no loss, and great, we continue to pump, and my long trade is in profit, right? This is why I advocate longing and shorting at the same time, guys. Because as you can see, what it does is it's mostly for the psychology of the matter. Where I literally yesterday could say, I'm not going to take all the trade out here, but if I see a good short entry, I'll take the short entry, and that will kind of be a hedge for me. And then if my long gets stopped out at the entry, I'll just take the profit out of the short, and I'm literally as if I had taken all the profit out at the top, right? It's a very advantageous thing to do. And then, of course, I'm in this additional short trade right here over on my other account, right? This trade, I've already locked in 1,000 in profit. Stop. All right, so you guys get the idea of exactly why schlonging, right, is so juicy, because what it does for the psychology is it keeps you from FOMOing out or in of trades. It puts you in a position where you know that regardless of what happens, you're going to make money. And so if you can put yourself in these kinds of situations, then it's going to make you profitable, because once you're in that situation, regardless of what the market does, you are going to be making paper profit. Now, by the way, this is all paper trading, fake trading. I don't trade with real money. I'm only a paper trader, and this is for educational and entertainment purposes only, because I am an entertainer only, right? Strictly an entertainer and a YouTuber, and you should never, ever, ever take financial advice from a guy who is wearing a Pikachu hat in the basement, I don't have my glasses on right now, but also look at my teeth, guys. Look at how crooked they are. If I can't even go to the dentist, would you trust me with your juicy financial? Of course not. Of course not. Of course not. Of course not. Right? So, and people always are like, Jason, well, how do you pay the bills with paper? And the answer is, I have accumulated so much paper that I'm selling it to receipt roll factories so that they can make receipt rolls. And so it actually is a profitable business. I'm actually thinking even of selling it to Amazon Publishing so that people can publish books on the paper that I've made trading. So trading paper, yeah, right. And so, by the way, guys, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you do want to learn how to trade this way, the way we trade in the Discord, where we always have a plan in advance, knowing where to put our stop loss, learning how to schlong and all that stuff, you can check out the course at jasoncaspertrading.com. There's a juicy 25% discount in the description, guys. This will go through everything that you need to know if you want to get into schlonging. Because what we do is we give you a comprehensive point A to point B system so that you always have a plan in advance, so that you can think one step ahead of the markets. You can check out the testimonials here and check out that 25% discount in the description. So what else? What else is there that is going to keep me confident and profitable in my entries? Because people always try to overcomplicate trading. In my opinion, the simpler and the less complex you can make your trading, the better off you will be. The fewer things that you have to think about when you're trading, right? The easier it is to enter trades. Because if you have the paralysis of analysis, as I like to call it, right, where you are, you never know when to make a decision, then you are probably going to lose. But if you have a very, very clearly defined strategy, and I'm talking risk management strategy, I'm also talking not just risk management, y'all, but just a strategy to enter trades and exit trades, then you will probably do very well, right? And so for me, right, the next step, okay? Oh, and this is important, all right? I should say, a lot of people, when they see what I just showed you, where I had a long and a short open at the same time and I left gains on the table, people are like, but Jason, you could have made more if you had just closed all the profit out of that long and took the same short. You could have made $2,000 more. And the thing is, you're right, guys. But here's the thing. We cannot know the future, right? We cannot know the future. And I would rather secure profit on a trade and make money, paper money, for that day than play the what-if game, right? Then play the what-if game. And also, it works both ways. If I close 100% of a position, let's say I'm long, right, from right here, okay? And I close 100% of the position right here, instead of taking half out, and my stop loss is at my entry, right? If I just close the whole trade, how am I going to feel when this thing goes all the way back up to 69K, right? I'm going to feel the FOMO. But if I take half the position out here, and then it goes up to 69K, then it's like, man, I just made out really, really well in that trade. So we don't know what's going to happen. It's better to guarantee a win at an area of resistance. If, let's say, we enter down here, guarantee your win right here, stop loss to your entry, because we don't know what's going to happen, right? We know we're either going to make money, period, because we took profit out, stopped out at the entry, or we're going to make a lot more money because we took half the trade out and then the other half is going to run all the way up. Very similar to kind of how this is working right now. This position that I have open right now, I've already made $4,000 on the trade. I could potentially make another $4,000 on the trade. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a win-win situation. So don't ever fall into that, oh, you coulda, shoulda. No, we don't know what's going to happen, guys. A win is a win. And being schlong guarantees juicy gains, and it allows for better psychology. Because another thing being long and short at the same time will do is it will prevent FOMO, right? Like, let's say, for example, price starts to dump like crazy right now. A lot of people might feel like they need to FOMO into a short. Well, for me, I'm already in 2 short positions. Actually, I might be in 3. I honestly forget. I really do forget. I'm either in 2 or 3 short positions. And if we get a massive dump from here, those shorts, they're already open, right? There's no FOMO for me. There's no FOMO for me at all, right? So it's just a win-win situation. Now, the second thing that is really going to make you confident in your trading and profitable is having a strategy and having good risk management, okay? I can't tell you how many traders I know personally who are actually very, very good at technical analysis, but they don't adhere to the principles that are outlined right here, strategy and risk management. And what I mean by that is this. I know people who can identify key levels very, very well. I know people who can identify when to enter a trade, right? They can identify when to enter a trade based on the confirmations, based on market cipher. But what they do is they don't actually stick to the plan that they have. I'm sorry I keep giving everyone, I'm not in the Illuminati, guys. You know, when I talk, I do this, right? You know, I do this, guys. You know, hang on, it's the wrong eye that's covered here. I'm sorry for, you know, for all my Illuminati hand signs, guys. My handlers are right here watching me, so I have to do it. But they don't stick to their strategies when they enter, right? Shout out to Jonathan Schaefer. He says that's his issue. Emotion gets to him too quickly. Right. So and this happens to a lot of people, right? This happens to a lot of people where they know what they're doing, but they don't stick to it. And this was a turning point in my trading career right here. When I made a covenant with myself to say, Jason Casper, you are not going to enter a trade unless it is a trade that you have premeditated and planned for. And keep in mind, guys, the more experience you get, you can make a plan and execute that plan literally within minutes, right? It doesn't have to be something you planned for days ago or in the morning. It could be within minutes. You could look at the chart. You could say, hey, we're coming up to a VWAP with bearish divergences and longs getting absorbed into resistance. Take a scalp. It could be a split second. But you have to know that you have made a plan for this trade, right? And once you have the clear plan, you need to execute that trade and forget about it. Okay, you need to execute that trade and forget about it. Because a lot of people, they get trigger shy. I hear it all the time. When I say a lot of people, I mean people who message me in Discord. And a lot of times their problems are very similar, which is they know what to do, but they're not doing it. And they take losses because they're taking trades that they didn't plan for because they're FOMOing and trading on emotion. And then when the good opportunity actually does come along, they don't take the trade because they just took 2 or 3 losses FOMOing. And so what we have to do is we have to make a covenant with ourselves and say, I am not even going to think about entering into a trade unless my conditions are met. The level that I'm looking at, the confirmations that I'm looking at, and if that is not there, I am simply not going to enter into a trade. We have to understand that we are doing this to make money, right? And we're not doing this to make as much money as we possibly can. There's no reason to chase the market. There is no reason to chase the market. Those good trades, they will come to you. And if you had a plan for it, there's a very high probability that that plan is going to play out for you because you have put in the work. You know that you know what you're doing. You know that you know how to trade. You also know that you're not adhering to these principles, right? So just tell yourself, I'm going to adhere to the principles. I'm confident in my TA. And once you see that opportunity, then you take the trade and then you don't even think about it, right? Now on Friday, I actually did enter a long trade before I started live streaming. I entered a long and I didn't even set a stop loss or do anything until all of a sudden halfway through the stream I realized, oh, I better take profit on that long I entered. The reason is because I was using good risk management. I knew if I took the loss, I would have still been in profit, net profit for the week by quite a good amount. And so I could afford to take that loss. I knew I had a plan. I executed that plan, and that ended up being a pretty juicy trade. I think that was on Friday. That was the trade that I entered on Friday, right here. Yeah, this trade right here, guys. So this trade that I entered on Friday, I entered this and I totally forgot about it until we started pumping, and then I'm like, oh, I better take profits on the trade. This ended up being a super profitable trade. If I had gotten trigger shy and not stuck to the plan, I could have either missed out the trade or taken a loss on the trade. There are so many things that could have happened here, but I just executed it. I knew where my liquidation was. It didn't matter to me. If I had gotten liquidated, it wouldn't have mattered. But because I stuck to the plan, it ended up being a super profitable trading day for me. And, you can let potential wins either pass by, or even because you're not sticking to your plan, or after you enter the trade, if it goes in drawdown for a little bit, you freak out and you close the trade and then it goes in your direction. If you have these things under lock, right? Strategy and risk management, you don't have to worry about those things. Now, risk management, this is something, strategy and risk management, these are things that we do go over in the course, but essentially, the risk management aspect of it, guys, is that even if you take that loss, it's not going to set you back, right? We can't risk more than we're willing to lose. If you enter a trade and you can't sleep and you can't eat and you can't work and you can't do anything, you're risking too much, right? You're risking too much on that trade. You need to be able to enter the trade and know that if you take the loss, yeah, obviously it's not going to be fun, but it's not going to be a loss that's going to put you in a position where now you have significant less capital and you can't go on to the next trade, right? That's the most important thing in my mind, guys, as far as risk management. And a good rule of thumb is don't risk more than 1 to 3% of your total trading capital. And there's a lot of different ways, guys, to use risk management. A few days ago, you guys saw me take a long, and I basically took the long and I was risking profit only, right? I was risking profit that I had already made that day. So it's like, if I take this long and it gets liquidated or stopped out, I'm not really taking a loss at all because I've already made that and more today. So it's like, you can even use risk management in a sense where you can set your position size so that it's only taking the loss is coming out of realized and or unrealized profit from another trade that you have either open or already closed that day. So there's a lot of ways to do it. But if you can get this down, then especially schlonging, having a strategy, using good risk management, this will unlock your profitability as a trader. And I don't mean to be sensational here, but I can only speak from experience when I say that this is the case, guys, right? I can only speak from experience, and that's it. Shout out to Chichaco. What's going on, bro? What's going on, Chichaco? Shout out to A Profile who says the cheeks are squeezing cheese. Let's check out the cheeks squeezing the cheese over here. We are potentially here getting a chicken's drinking water, right? From this low right here. And We do have potential 12-minute cheeks here, right? Who else we got in the chat, guys? Shout out to whoever gave me a thumbs down. May the Lord bless you. In Jesus' name. Jamie Evan, crypto sure hasn't lived up to the hype it's been advertised as. Well, you know, I would disagree. But here's what I would say. I would say that crypto has lived up to the hype, but people don't hear about the hype until it's too late, right? Typically, people don't hear about the hype until it's too late. And I do have to say also that YouTubers have to make sensational content if they want views. And also, I would have to say that I still believe the hype is true, but people don't have patience, right? I mean, I still think Bitcoin's going to hit $100,000, but I don't think it's going to happen in the time frame that everybody wanted it to happen, right? Think about what happened in 2020. We had a legitimate massive bull run. Bitcoin went from $3,000 to $65,000 within the course of a year, right? So it's I think that hype is still there, right? But people FOMO in at the wrong time, and that can really mess with things. Shout out to Memory Man who's building sawhorses. How many thumbs down do we have? We have 3 thumbs down, which I can see because my streaming software is not as politically correct as the people at Google. Shout out to XRP Shillbilly. Thanks for being here. Guys, make sure to smash up the likes. We got 265 likes. I think we have about 400 people watching, so it would be nice to smash up the likes. Shout out to Nico, who says, patience, not panic. Exactly. This is going to make or break you as a trader, being patient to wait for those setups. Shout out to Vito Boss 1000, who finished my course yesterday. It was an amazing experience. Made 50% profit on his portfolio in 3 days. Congratulations, bro, on that. That is a very, very profitable 3 days. Make sure you're using good risk management for sure. For sure. Jonathan Schaefer says these dumps create generational wealth and not just making someone rich. Are you talking like to buy it on the cheap? Because I could see that happening. What's my take on Bitcoin maxis? I just like trading. I have to be honest, street flavor trader. For me, I just like trading. I'm bullish on Bitcoin. I hodl a lot of Bitcoin. But at the end of the day, I have to be honest when I say I don't see Bitcoin becoming something like a world reserve currency. I don't see Bitcoin being an asset that's going to be worth much generations from now. Right? I don't think Bitcoin is going to change the world. I think blockchain and cryptocurrencies are going to change the world. But it's my belief that these things are probably going to be harnessed by people who shouldn't be harnessing these technologies, and they're probably going to be used in a malevolent way against humanity, probably to create more of a controlled environment for people. That's how I feel. I'm looking at this trading as a way to make something for a period of time. And if you follow my channel, you guys know that, for me, my goal is not to accumulate Bitcoin as much as it is to accumulate actual things, right? Like tangible assets that never lose value. Now, I do think that crypto is as close as you can get to tangible things in a digital sense. But let's say you have a piece of land. If the dollar hyperinflated tomorrow and, a loaf of bread was like $300, $3,000, back in Germany in like before World War II, the hyperinflation there, it was going up like the price was inflating at like 100% every 15 minutes or something like that. It was insane. If something like that were to happen here, that would disrupt everything, right? Because if if it takes $300 to be equal to the worth of a loaf of bread, and we're measuring Bitcoin against the dollar, well, the price of Bitcoin might go way up, but that wouldn't necessarily give us more purchasing power if we're measuring it against the dollar. And it would probably take some time before things would settle down and people might look at Bitcoin as a Bitcoin, right? Because right now everyone measures Bitcoin in dollars. Instead of saying, this is 0.05 Bitcoin and it's valuable because it's 0.05 Bitcoin. People say this is 0.05 Bitcoin and it's valuable because it's worth $1,000, right? It's going to take some time before people stop measuring Bitcoin on that dollar yardstick. But if you have, let's say, a piece of land with a house on it, that will never lose its value because the value of that land with a house is not measured in any kind of arbitrary number that was invented by human societies as a means of exchange. No, its value is because you can grow food on that land, you can raise animals on that land, you have shelter on that land, and that is what gives it its value, right? So, somebody asks, what's my thoughts on this bull run not having a blow off top and alt season that's followed? Jamie Evan, it is strange that it has not had that blow off top. And that does make me think that potentially we could see more of a blow off top in the future. But I do also think that the asset has a much higher market cap than it did back in those days. Many more people know about it than they did back in those days. And people can short it now. There's futures, which there was not back in those days. And there's more institutional investing, which there was not back in those days. And I do believe that it's more manipulated than it was back in those days. So I don't know. But if we zoom out, we could potentially say that this really is just a giant bull flag, right? And it wouldn't surprise me, right? If this was the 12-minute time frame right now, the long that I would be looking for is coming down to take out these lows with bullish divergences to get a new all-time high, right? If that's what I would be looking for, if this was a bull flag on the 12-minute time frame, that's how I would look to trade it, right? So it wouldn't be too crazy or even too bearish if we come all the way down to like 17K and then get a move to the upside. Because again, if this was the 12-minute time frame, wouldn't we all be longing this, right? Of course. So like, it's just one of those things where like, it's very possible that we have not had a blow off top because we're consolidating and then we have a massive move to the upside. But it's too far in advance to know what's going to happen. And I do see that there's a lot of room to the downside here still. So we'll have to see what happens as we come down to these areas of support. Exactly, Street Flavor Trader. You got paid and you had to run to the store before prices went up to buy bread. Literally, there would be guys like working in a factory and they would get paid every hour because prices were going up every 15 minutes, and they would, like, their wives or whoever would be waiting at work. They'd give the money to their wives. They'd run to the store to buy food because it was going up. The prices were just going up every 15 minutes. There were people walking down the street with wheelbarrows full of money, and all that money in the wheelbarrow wasn't worth as much as the wheelbarrow. It's insane. I think it ended up being where like 1 mark was equal to like $5 million or something crazy, or even billions of dollars. It was insane. And could that happen in the United States? I think it's very, very possible, guys. You cannot take a currency off the gold standard and print into oblivion and expect that everything is going to be okay unless your currency is the world reserve currency. But when the rest of the world starts to say, you know what, I don't know if I want these dollars because they're not based on anything, then you could run into some problems, Shout out to Sean. Thank you for the super chat, man. Who says Google Bitcoin /M2 money supply Benjamin Cohen and check out that TradingView chart. Zoom in and check the 2017 top versus the 2020 June 2021 bottom. I'll have to do that, man. I'll have to do this, and if I see something cool, I will check it out. So yeah, the same thing happened in Argentina. Something similar happened in Venezuela, and you know, Venezuela was a very strong economy and a very wealthy nation before that happened. Shout out to whoever thumbs down. May the Lord bless you, and in the name of Jesus the Messiah, the God of Israel, pray that you and everyone in your household are very blessed. And if anyone wants me to pray a blessing over them, you could just thumbs down the video. I'm kind of half joking though. Shout out to Pasternak88. Should you buy more now or wait longer? I can't answer that, man. Yeah, so the BLX chart. The BLX chart. Let's check it. Let's check out that BLX chart. Yeah, so a few things. Number one, bearish divergence, money flow coming down. Again, if we saw this on the 12-minute time frame, what would I would short. If I saw this on the 12-minute time frame, I would short. And if this was the 12-minute time frame, I would still be in that short. And my first target, my next target would probably be this golden pocket down here, right? So this is not the most bullish looking chart in the world, guys. You know, it's really not. So shout out to Tony Z who needs prayer. Well, I do pray, Tony Z, that whatever your needs are, the Lord would provide that for you. Yeah, everyone, FOMO into the like button. And shout out to OT4 around the world. Yo, what's going on, bro? What is going on? So Blues says, take a good look at Hex. I'm convinced it's going to be the best asset. Interesting, man. I do have to look into Hex. I know Hex made a lot of people a lot of money, and I missed out on it for sure. I totally did miss out for sure. Actually, you know what? I shout out to Humaid Al-Falhi. I think I'm gonna make some kind of channel that just deals with biblical topics, right? I would love to make a video on why I believe that Jesus is God, and back it up from Scripture. Obviously, no one would care about that unless you were religious, right? Because you know, if you don't hold the Scriptures to be authoritative in any way, then what do you care? But I was thinking about doing that, right? Because I do like to have these discussions, of course, in a respectful way, because I respect everyone's views. But could be a good time. If that's something you guys want, let me know. It would be separate from this channel. Shout out to Tarek Karaman. Yeah, you know what? Showing the trades, it's gonna open up a whole new world. I have yet to get wrecked on stream. It's gonna happen pretty sooner or later, so that'll be a new experience too. But so far, it's been a fun experience. Michael Saylor's liquidation price is 21K. Is that real, Pierre? Is that real? That's crazy. That's crazy. I'll probably make it on Rumble or something. Shout out to Clockwise, who's all about Ra, the sun god. Well, that's cool. I mean, you're more than welcome to check out the biblical channel if you want. You know, in Hebrew, Ra means evil. And Dylan is into Hermes. Hermeticism. That's an interesting area of study. Do I ever trade from order blocks? I do take them into account because there's people in my Discord who use order blocks, but I tend to use other levels that line up with order blocks. And you'll find, I mean, if you've been doing TA long enough, right, you will find that your TA lines up with someone else's TA and they're doing something totally different. Like, I don't know if you ever watched the interviews I've done with Overflow Nexus, but he trades exclusively Ichimoku, and he has the same exact levels as I do, pretty much. But he trades totally different style. And when people are trading order blocks, 99% of the time those order blocks are naked points of control, golden pockets, or some other kind of level that that just lines up with that order block. So yeah, you'll find order blocks tend to be high volume nodes, because if you think about what an order block is, if you're in a downtrend and then all of a sudden there's like a blue candle and then you continue in the downtrend, that means there's a lot of volume there that kept the price at one level for a while. That means there's liquidity there. And a lot of times things just line up. And even just looking at a chart and drawing support and resistance lines with your eye can really add a lot to your trading, right? Because we could say, like, this is a 1 hour chart, and you could say that that's not okay. So right here, right, like we have an order block right here, okay, but I guarantee that if we were on a lower time frame and we just pulled the volume here, we'd have a high volume node like literally right here, okay? And so people would take that order block and say, okay, we have an order block right here from the high to the low of the candle, and so I'm going to be looking for a resistance right here. But would you need to know that was an order block in order to find that level of resistance? I don't really know. And let's just, as an experiment, see if that happens to be some kind of a fib level, right? Let's just see. So it's right around that 0.5. And yes, I mean it is right around a fib level. And I would draw, even myself, just based on these candles, I would draw a line of support and resistance right above there because these two candle closes. So, and I never trade exact level. I mean, sometimes I do, but I'm usually drawing boxes. So I probably draw a box like this. So you can see that, like, depending on your trading style and the way you do your analysis, those order blocks will oftentimes end up being other levels, right? Like, here's another one right here. This is the 1 hour time frame. We've got one right here. And I mean, that was literally the 0.5 fib to the dollar, right? From that local high to low. And of course, we never came back to touch that. But you get the idea of what I'm saying, right? Because technically, like, an order block is simply just an area of consolidation, right? So we would expect on this drop, we would expect to find resistance right around here, which we did perfectly right there. But that wasn't just an order block. I took a short from there because that was a point of control, I'm pretty sure, at the time. So yeah. When I'm scalping, I usually don't use a stop loss. I put it right above or below my liquidation. Yeah, it's commonly the 0.5 fib. Oftentimes we get that 0.5 fib retracement. Shout out to John Cottenham. Good morning. Shout out to Leo, who says Bitcoin is dog shit. I mean, I don't know if it is or it isn't. I'm still bullish on it long term, and also I love to trade it. I love to trade it. The parsnips are doing good, bullish on Parade. The parsnips are doing good. We just got a lot of rain, and they're really starting to grow. Shout out to Chichako, who says that my Exocharts course is fire. Well, guys, by the way, if you do want to learn how to trade order flow and TPO and market profile and all that, you can check out... wow, we have a lot of shorts opening up here, man. We have a lot of shorts opening here. So if you want to check that out, you can, there's a link in the description. You can watch the preview. It will show you a lot just in this preview. Basically, if you watch the preview, you would understand everything on this chart right here of what it is and how to understand it. But this course is not just my own course. It's a course that Boyan in the Discord and myself put together. There's a 15% discount if you go to any of my previous videos and you go down to the pinned comment. If you use the coupon code JUICY, you can get a 15% code. And you know, this course is there's a lot of information there. Boyan, he trades primarily with Orderflow, and he's an excellent trader. And so basically, we worked on it together. I'm the one going through all the sessions, but then we also have we do New York Open every single Wednesday and live trade it, and that is uploaded to the course as well. And then Boyan is actually going to be uploading his own sessions additionally, so you could check that out as well. And yeah, you could check that out as well if you're interested, guys. Also, speaking of Chichaco, guys, this is the last weekend that we are going to have the beta testing open for the bot. The bot is essentially what it does is it trades for you, so you could have this as your plan, divergences at a specific level, and the bot will trade for you. And right now, beta testing is open. And shout out, by the way, to who just posted this morning. Yeah, Crypto Beards. He saw last night, all wins and no losses. This is all from last night. Just his bot trading in his sleep, making money because he had the plan in advance and told the bot what to do. If you become a beta tester, you get access to 2 bots instead of 1 bot, and you have lifetime discount subscription because the price is going to go up when we officially launch, and you get access to the future features like copy trading, so you'll be able to copy other people's bots. For example, if you want to copy Mike Sansone, or if you want to copy USMC Patriot 71, or if you want to copy Crypto Tom, one of the most prolific bot traders in the world. Look at Crypto Tom. Look at all these trades that he posted. It's insane. Trading all these different assets, man. He is absolutely killing it, right? Copy trading is going to be available. And so if you become a beta tester now, you'll be able to test out these things, help us determine how to make this thing better, as well as you'll have access in the future to the copy trading. This is the chart, and if you do want to do that, this is because this is the last day. I'm going to post a link here in the chat. You can click this link. Again, this is not for everybody. This is only for people who have that kind of money to spend on something like this, and this is for people who already know technical analysis to a certain degree, right? Because if you don't know technical analysis, the bot is not going to help you. It's meant for people who know how to trade, but they don't have the time to sit there and trade, or people who are too emotional in their trading and need something that will trade without emotions, right? That's kind of what inspired the bot to be created here. And yeah, so that being said, how to become a beta tester, just go to that link, click it, and follow the instructions. Metaspawn tried to sign up for the Exo course for the juicy discount that ended yesterday, but kept saying it was the wrong password and you couldn't reset it. Reach out to Boyan in the Discord, and he can set you up with either a new account, or he can help you get into that. Will copy trading have an extra cost? It will cost more than what it costs right now to get the bot, and we're not totally sure what the cost of everything. We pretty much have to see costs of infrastructure and also costs of paying the team to manage the bot, because it is on a private server and it has to be a big server. And also there's a team involved with the bot, with the creation of the bot, with the coding of the bot, and the running of the bot. And they themselves need to get paid for their work. So, the bot, No Ordinary Love, is getting easier to deal with by the day. So the goal is pretty much to have everything through a very user-friendly interface on a website where there's literally no code involved. Right now, there is copy and pasting of codes that the website generates for you. But eventually, once we launch, everything is going to be through the interface. Just drop-down menus of what you want, and it's just click of a button. You don't have to deal with any kind of like complicated setup. So this is not copy trading on ByBit, Celebrate. This is just the bot doing exactly what another bot is doing, okay? So ByBit's not taking fees. We can't copy trade on ByBit because we can't KYC, and also we're just using testnet accounts anyway because this is all fake. Fake money, fake trading. Shout out to Trading Days. Thanks for being here, Trading Days. Shout out to everybody who likes the video, by the way. You are so over your head with the bot. Well, John Cottenham, if anyone is signed up for the bot, in the Discord, like, that's the purpose of the Discord. We have lots of strategies in here that people have posted. Market Cipher A strategies, Market Cipher B strategies, free indicator strategies, a whole bunch of stuff. And, you know, people are here to help you as well. There's a lot of great people in here that are very helpful. So if you have questions, feel free to ask. You can reach out to me and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a cool community, guys. I mean, honestly, the bot really is a game changer. Like, it's such a game changer to me. Like the other day when I took that loss, I've been waiting for this trade for quite some time, and I took this live. Actually, I took this trade live on the internet. When did I take that trade? I think I took it live on this day. Yeah, on Thursday.
Stop loss.
Third day of trading. Crap, that was a market order. I'm 6'2". Where was that long? Right here. Okay, so this long right here, guys, got stopped out at a pretty intense loss. You could see I was 12% in the red right here. Ended up taking a 78% loss on the margin, and I was bummed about it, guys. I'm not going to lie, because I've been waiting for this trade for a long time, and I got a bad entry, and I was super confident in my bad entry because I thought after we took out this low, we were going to get a move to the upside. I saw uneven butt cheeks. They didn't play out, so I took that loss, but after I took the loss, I saw that my bot had longed Bitcoin from a lower level, USDT and USD pair, and I made some nice profits from the bot, even after I had just taken a loss. You know, so the bot's nice. So people are there to help and stuff like that. Yeah, let's see if Bitcoin can get a little bit of a move up here. I think we could get a little something going on right here. You know. Shout out to Crypto Yacht. Yeah, bro, I'm streaming them now. You know, I'm no Crypto Yacht. Crypto Yacht over here with multi-million-dollar positions. You know, that's not how I roll, Crypto Yacht. But Crypto Yacht, people don't know this about him, but he actually does have a yacht, and it's a land yacht, right? It's like a combination of a yacht and a monster truck. It's got these massive tires on it, and he just drives through the cities of the UK in his giant yacht, which has monster truck tires, and he just has a studio in there writing music all day. So, shout out to Crypto Yacht. What are the chances of Bitcoin pumping to 37.2 tomorrow through Wednesday? I say pretty significant. I would say 37.2. I would say that's very significant because really the next major areas of resistance that we have above us are these here, and that 37.2 area is, I mean, really it's the last. It's a very important support resistance flip, right? Reason being, right? I like to say that. Reason being is because, all right, hang on. Let me turn off some of these things here. Got to turn them off real quick here. All right. So reason being, guys, is because, you know, this crazy trend line, okay? And not only is that the crazy trend line, but that is the retest of the value area low. And actually, this was true the other day, but oh, look at that too, guys. It's a golden pocket. I'll tell you, it's a golden pocket. If this was a significant bottom, this is a golden pocket, right? So let's actually zoom in a lower time frame. What is happening here? Do we have any bullish divs going on? I mean, we definitely have anchor, trigger going on. Okay. Okay. All right, guys, I gotta head out. I got something to do, but I do pray everyone is super blessed. In the name of the Lord Yeshua the Messiah, Jesus the Messiah, and receive this blessing, y'all. In the Hebrew language, the purpose of this blessing is that the Creator would place His name upon you and bless you. And it goes like this: Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. And in English that means, may the Lord bless and protect you. May He cause His face to shine light upon you. May He have grace upon you. And may He turn His face towards you and give you completeness. In the name of Jesus the Messiah, the God of Israel. Amen. Peace, y'all. Thanks for being here. I'll see y'all in the next stream.